Now I am starting with questions or blue box questions given on page number 218 in your book. Page number 218, question number 1. It's a blue box question. So what is asked in this question? Why does the cord of an electric heater not glow while the heating element does? Have you seen electric heater? Electrical heater we basically use in our homes. Room heater is also a kind of electric heater, and that heater has two things. One, cord is there that is outside the heater, that is made up of which wire? That is made up of copper that we connect to the main supply. Okay, and you know inside the heater there is a one more coil that becomes red hot when you make the heater on. So this coil that is present inside the heater, that is made up of alloy. Why this coil that is used inside the heater is made up of alloy? Because we already know that alloys are made up of mixing different metals, and these alloys are having the resistance more than the metal that we are using to make the alloy. Okay, different alloys we use like Alnico, Nippermug. These are the alloys that we use. Nichrome is the alloy that we use inside the heater. So these alloys are having very high value of the resistance. So what would happen if they are having high resistance? We know in heating effect of current we have studied that when current flows through a wire or current flows through a high resistance wire, then wire becomes hot and produces heat. Because the alloys are having very high value of resistance, so more amount of heat would be produced and the heater will become warm enough and will start giving more amount of heat. That's why the alloys are used in the heater. One more thing, alloys are having very high value of the melting point. Alloys will not melt at less temperature. Alloys require very high value of temperature. So this is the second reason of using alloys in the heater. One more point you can take, alloys will not oxidize easily at the high temperature. So this is the third point that you have to remember. So these are the points, or these are the three properties of alloys because of which these alloys are used in room heater or in heater. So now I am starting with question number 2. In question number 2, what is given? Compute the heat generated while transferring 96,000 coulomb of charge in 1 hour through a potential difference of 50 volt. So before starting this question, let's draw the diagram for this particular question. Suppose there is a battery of 50 volt in the circuit. Okay, so what is VT? VT would be 50 volt, and now this is connected to a particular appliance, and what is the, here we connect a switch. Now they are saying compute the heat generated. So this is the heating element having certain resistance, we don't know, but this coil has certain resistance. Now what is asked? Compute the heat generated. Okay, compute the heat generated. We know the formula of heat that we have studied in heating effect of current, I square RT. We have some more formula of heat. Here what is written? I square RT. So this we can write as this way also, IR into I into T. Okay, this I square R into T. This what I am doing with this I. This I have split it into 2, IR into I. So this is T. We know by Ohm's law this would become V. This is I and this is T. So this is also the formula of heat that is produced in the coil or in whatever device that is used in the circuit. Now, so according to the question, numerically I will solve. what is given? 50 volt potential difference given. Now what is given? Potential difference in the circuit is how much? 50 volt. How much charge is transferred? How much charge is transferred? 96,000 coulomb. Look here, because current is flowing, that means charge would be flowing. So how much charge is flowing? They have given 96,000 coulomb of charge is flowing. And in what time this charge is flowing? The time is 1 hour. This 1 hour is equal to how many seconds?
3600.
Okay, so 1 hour equal to 3600 seconds. So here I have written, so this is the data that was provided to us. Now what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the heat generated or heat produced. We know the formula of heat I square RT, but R is not given, so we'll have to calculate. But what is given? V is given, so we can use this formula V I T. So V and T we have. Only what is left? I. So I we can calculate easily by definition of current. You know definition of current, flow of charge per unit time. So here I'll write I equal to Q upon T. Now tell me what current is flowing, that we have to calculate, but we know the charge flowing. So 96,000 coulomb charge is passing in what time? 3600 second. Now what is left? What would cancel? What is cancelled here? This 0 will cancel this 0. Now 960 divided by, only 960 and 36 are left. So when you will solve this, we are getting 80 upon 3. We have cancelled by 12. 12 3 ja 36 and 12 8 ja 96. So this would become 80 upon 3. And tell me what coulomb upon second is called? Coulomb upon second is called ampere. Remember, AMP. Okay. So what current is flowing here? This is clear now. Now what current is flowing? Current we calculated 80 upon 80 upon 3 ampere current is flowing. Now we have to calculate the heat. So which formula we can use? Since heat H equals to V I and T. Put the value of V. What is the V provided here? 50. I that we have calculated 80 upon 3, and what is time? 3600 second. So all are in the SI unit. This was in volt, this was in ampere, and this is in second. Now you can solve this. If we solve this, 3 will cancel this 36 12 times. So now what it would become? 50 into 80 into 1200. Now you multiply. 50 into 80 would become 4000. 5 8 ja 40 and 2 more 0, and this is 1200. So on solving this, 12 4 ja 48, and how many 0? 5 zeros will come, 3 4 and 5. So on solving this, what we will get? 48 into 10 to the power 5. We can say 4.8 into 10 to the power 6 joule. Now you can understand what I am doing. Different ways I have written same thing. 40
Equals to, so after 10 to the power 5
Okay. 48 into 10 to the power 5 joules. And this you can write in terms of decimal also, 4.8 into 10 to the power 6 joule. So these answers we are getting 48 into 10 to the power 5, and if you change into decimal then this will change into 4.8 into 10 to the power 6 joules. Now I start with question number 3. In question number 3, page number 218, what is given? An electric iron of resistance 20 ohm takes a current of 5 ampere. Calculate the heat developed in 30 seconds. The question is same. In an electric heater, we know the heat would be produced, and what data is provided here? Given, first we will write what is given. That heating coil, because heating coil will produce heat. So what is the resistance of the heating coil? What it is given? 20 ohm. Okay. Now second thing, what current is flowing through this heating element? Current I. What current is flowing? 5 ampere. And now the third, for what time the current is flowing? Time t equals to 30 seconds. So now you can see here everything is given SI unit. Ohm is the SI unit, ampere is the SI unit, and time is also given in SI unit. So there is no need to convert. Like in previous question, time was given in hour, so we converted the time into second. And we know the heat formula, heat produced H. What is the formula of heat produced? I square R into T. So now 5, so 5 square we will write. Then R, what is R? 20 ohm. And time is what? 30. So on multiplying 25, 20 into 30, 600, 25, 6 ja 150, and 2 more zeros will come, and this would become 1.5 of 15 into 10 to the power 3 joule. So ultimately this would become 15, and 10 to the power 3 is called kilo. So this would become kilojoule. So this way we can solve this question. This is a simple question and all data were provided. All the data was there, so we have easily calculated this. So note down this question.